Moving on to understand more on what to expect from the budget, just one day to go, and how the markets would deconstruct it, we have Sandip Agarwal, Fund Manager of Sowilo Investment Managers. Sandeep, good afternoon. Let me start off. What are you expecting from the budget? Will it bring relief to the markets?
Hey, good afternoon and thanks for having me on the show. So, let me put it this way that, budgets are totally not a instrument to, drive the market, but budgets actually sets out government's priorities and the way government will manage its financials, and based on that, markets take a clue and move ahead. In my view, the more bigger clue actually comes from the economic survey which has come today, and I find a lot of green shoots in the economic survey, and it tells a lot to us about the economy, how it is going. And I think broadly, while you can't do a dotted connection between economic survey and budget line by line, but I think it does mend the course of the budget also and the policymakers. So in my view, growth outlook looks good, and on inflation also the commentary seems that it will smoothen out. Right now we are getting hurt badly on the fruit and vegetable side, which I think primarily the food side. I think that will also cool off a little bit. The interesting part is the agrarian growth has been very good. I think that is a very thing to look at into the budget and in the survey, and which means that agrarian stress has been addressed to some extent, and now probably more income, more money in the hand of the middle class is important. Also, interestingly, if you see the data, the wage hikes are quite decent. The salary hikes are not there, which means that you need to give more money now at the slightly different level in the income category versus the lowest category earlier, because agrarian growth is there, and that category doesn't have to pay tax because of the efforts of last few years. So that is the way I look at the overall economic survey and the budget.
Okay. Sandeep, but do you believe that, 4 straight days of gains we have seen now, but do you believe that a bulk of volatility also we have done and we could see some bit of recovery in the coming few days?
So, if you see the causes of volatility, right, in last few months, there was a presidential election, and there was a fear of unknown what will happen once the new president takes over. Also, there were disturbances in the Middle East. There was a war which was going on for long between Ukraine, Russia, and also again Israel and Hamas. All those. So what we are seeing that there is some kind of truce which is happening between Hamas and Israel. There is also some talks of Trump intermediating and trying to cool the battle between Russia and Ukraine, and also he has taken over, and he has also expressed his intentions clearly, that his intentions are to save the US economy, and if that is the intention, then it helps us in a big way. So I think the causes of turbulence and the causes of market volatility are broadly addressed now. From here, I think currency, inflation, and liquidity, these three things will decide the course of the market and growth. And I think government's initiative will be towards that. On the growth front, I think the too much dependency has happened on the public sector. We need to enable more spend on the private side, because private capex is very important for our holistic growth, and followed by very good RBI, more measures from the RBI for liquidity into the system and all. That is the way I look at it.
Okay. Sandeep, you were talking about, like private capex needs to see a bit of growth. Any sectors that you're eyeing out for in the budget that could see some increased spending?
So I think, manufacturing is something which is a great space for us for multiple reasons. One, there is a increased acceptability of China Plus One across the globe. There is a lot of efforts which have been made by government on the PLI front and all. And also, the world wants to have a second source of goods for itself, which gives a very good opportunity to India. So I think manufacturing is the sector which can create jobs, which can rotate the economy faster, and which can enable a holistic growth for the whole country. And I think that is the space where government will focus a lot on in the budget. And that is the space where private capex will also come. So manufacturing, I think, other than PLI, few more things probably has to be done, and if that takes up, then I think we will see very good growth in the economy going forward.
Okay, what about the capex related themes? Because you talked about manufacturing, and what about railways and defense themes? Because these stocks have also, seen a bit of a pre-budget boost at this point of time. So, do you find valuations attractive, or do you still believe that they are quite rich?
So I think defense government has a lot of focus on the defense because they want to make us self-reliant and also at the same time to boost export. Similarly, on the railway front, today a large part of the food inflation also can be addressed with a better logistics because the speed we know that how much wastage is there because of food product being perishable in nature. So if you speed up the transportation, the logistics, then obviously the inflation can come down with better supply, better material at right time. So government focus will obviously be to develop logistics faster, the infrastructure, the road, the railways, the defense. My only concern there is that these sectors may have corrected a little bit in last few days, but they are still pricing in a lot of growth and a lot of optimism, which is good. But then from an investor perspective, you also have to have a balance between value and growth. So today everything is looking like a very high growth and value is lagging. So that is one thing which I would be little worried. But I think in manufacturing you have huge number of opportunity where growth could be good and value is there.
Okay, all right. But Sandeep, if you had to give one advice to investors, where should they park the money? Because for fresh investors, Nifty has already fallen about 11 to 12% from its highs. So if they have to park in some new theme, where would you suggest them to deploy their capital?
So, all the investors in India are already blessed. They are in an economy which is doing well. Everything is working our way. So they will any which ways make money wherever they deploy in the equity market. But I would say that people who are not who cannot do direct investment or who don't have the time bandwidth to monitor their investments, they can actually invest through institutions like mutual funds or other providers. At the same time, I think from a sector perspective, you should always have a balanced portfolio where you should have a mix of some FMCG, some IT, some pharma, some infra, and some other manufacturing stocks, and that is the portfolio which gives you consistent return in long term. Otherwise, any one or two sector being in portfolio actually increases the risk of the portfolio significantly and volatility. So my suggestion will be, to invest in the India story.
Okay. Just one last question before we let you go, Sir Sandeep. In January itself, the small cap has seen, Nifty small cap has seen about 11% downtake. And if you look at Nifty itself, 2.5% cut. So would you, recommend investors to add on some of the small caps names, or do you expect them to stick to large caps itself?
So we believe that, good quality companies, irrespective of market cap, should be bought and at right prices, because whatever is today small cap will become mid cap in future and large cap in longer future. So no company is actually large cap on day one. So investors should buy good quality management, good quality company, good quality business irrespective of the market cap. That is the way we do investment in our PMS, and that is the way we recommend everyone.
All right. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you for chatting with us. Lovely talking to you as always.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. With that, we've come to an end of this edition of The Closing Bell. A budget day tomorrow. So we will be giving you all the top updates starting from 7 a.m. tomorrow. So do stay tuned to moneycontrol.com for all the news updates and market insights. Thank you for watching.